And so yesterday was, I talked about how I read about how one's action needs to match with one's word, and you have to live out it, like constantly reevaluating your heart, your action, your words based on the word of God. Well, today's reading, or September 17, 2019's reading from James 2, 1 to 26, actually talked about that more. And I actually had a conversation with my sister about this before reading this, and she really didn't agree with me, that because I told her that she needs to mend her relationship with her mom, or my mom, our mom, and that I think that is what she needs to do in her life, and to not just take criticism as a rejection, but to evaluate it, think about it, and especially before she says that her family she says that her family is important to her, but we don't feel it. And I told her that she needs to match her words to her action, and the first step in doing that is to repair her relationship with her mom, and to just, if something is important to her, make time for it. So she didn't agree with me on that, and it's fine. But when I read, she says that she doesn't feel like doing it, and I told her that feeling is, the heart is deceitful, and feelings is like you can feel something, but and not wanting to do it even though it's the right thing to do, but you still should do the right thing even though you don't want to feel it, even though you don't feel like doing it. And so what she needs to do is think about what I said and write down an I think and I feel statement, and she needs to do what she thinks is right, not what she feels is right, because thoughts are, especially when, and she needs to check both of those according to the Bible, and cross out the action that doesn't match the Bible. And if there's a tie, do with what she thinks is right, even though she might not feel like doing it. And she said that she doesn't think what I'm saying is right, so does she even have to consider doing it? And I said, well, try to think it through, and it's up to her and God, really. But I told her what I feel that I told her what I think I should tell her, and I did that, so my part is done. But then when I read this, then it reminded me again. So James warned his reader, and right here, this confirms what I told her. He argues that one's faith is demonstrated by one's action, and faith and action needs to work together. And faith without action is dead. Right thing is to obey the law of the kingdom. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Whoever breaks one commandment is guilty of breaking them all. Speak and act as people who will be judged by the law that sets us free. Speak and act. Word and action. Mercy triumph over judgment. God is just, and so he needs to judge, but his mercy, when there is a tie between judgment and mercy wins. And you get God's mercy by accepting God's law. Accepting Jesus Christ and accepting his salvation as Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. And this is for the Christian. What good is it for one of you to say that you have faith if your actions do not prove it? If faith is alone and includes no action, then it is dead. You can say something, but if your action doesn't prove it, then it is dead. It's false. Through his action, when he offered his son Isaac on the altar, God did not want human sacrifice. I repeat, God did not want human sacrifice. God already had a plan for Isaac's salvation, but Abraham had to prove it to himself that he trusted, his faith is real, by actually doing what he professed was in his heart. I don't think that was a proof to God. It was a proof to us. It was a proof so that his action can be written down in the Bible as history for us to refer to. It wasn't a proof to God, and it was a proof to us and to himself. His faith, his words, and his action. His faith and his action work together, and his faith was made perfect through his action. And I can relate to that because I did something similar through the trials that I went through. And so Abraham was called God's friend, and because I can relate to what Abraham did, I felt like God called me his friend, his child. It is by action, and this is never more true than what I'm experiencing now and through the past few weeks. Not by faith alone. Yeah, she risked a lot by welcoming the Israelites into the kingdom. She had to have faith that God was with the Israelites. The body without the spirit is death because the spirit is what gives the body life. So also faith without action is death. Body without spirit is dead. Faith without action. Interesting analogy. Have you ever witnessed someone being mistreated because of their outward appearance or because they are poor? Yes. I think the homeless population can relate to this. If so, what did you do? I try to treat homeless people like, I would treat anyone with respect. Why does James emphasize linking faith with action? Because faith without action is dead, and one thing confirms the other. and vice versa. It has to be in conjunction. It's kind of like a hand. They have to work together, and the feet, walk together to go forward, and the hand work together in a synchronized way to get stuff done. What did you learn from the examples of Abraham and Rahab? That they both demonstrated their faith through their action. Yeah. Pray. Merciful God, help me to see others through your eyes of love and teach me not to pass judgment on others based on outward appearances. Strengthen my faith and embolden me to act in ways that will advance your kingdom. Amen.